What a beautiful day for men. The average male fantasy. And yes, I'm getting up close and personal so you can count all the pixels. Welcome in, YouTube, to another video that will probably make you wonder why you clicked on it in the first place. Where you might facepalm and go, oh, internet, how I love you. Because more likely than not, Shoe went on the internet, saw something dumb, and decided to make a video on it and rant about it. Because if I was her, that's what I would do. So, let's get into what is the average male fantasy.
Men. What do they want? Money?
What do men want? Let's see. A loving family. And peace and quiet, preferably. Did I get it right?
Status? Fast, expensive cars? What is the ultimate male fantasy? Is it fame? Fortune? 3 hot chicks at once?
3 hot chicks at once. I think that's like a young person's fantasy, maybe. Maybe. Not even all of them. But come on, let's be real. Most men just want freaking to be loved or to be useful to society. And a lot of people just want a family. Like, a lot of men just want a freaking family. A loving family. Like, I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong. Oh, and food. Food would be nice. But I think food is universal.
Hell yeah, brother. No, according to men on the internet, it's something a little more simple.
Oh god, not this anime. Oh god, not this anime. I know where this is going. Oh no. Oh no. Dude, I watched this anime and I was like, oh, that's so adorable, so cute. And then I went online and people were raging. People were raging over it. Like, Jesus Christ. I was like, did we watch the same thing?
This is literally just a fetish.
See? 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 I'm telling you, like, that's all I gotta say on this topic. I hate people, man. Like, I didn't even have to see the video, and I'm like, yeah. I have seen this online, and I was like, what is wrong with people? Like, seriously. What do you mean it's a fetish? Well, apparently you cannot love a woman in a wheelchair. Because if they're in a wheelchair, they're unlovable and you shouldn't be with them because it's you're fetishizing them. It baffles my mind. Like, it literally baffles my mind that women, I assume, I don't actually know, out there, that are like, this is a fetish. And I'm like, bro, the dude's just, he cares for her. And he wants to see her happy. The entire freaking anime is about their love story and how much he wants her to see the world despite her condition. Like, look beyond the fucking wheelchair, man. What's so hard?
Men are why we can't have nice things. As I was working on an upcoming—
I feel like the people that are on Twitter, I honestly feel they're like chronically online. They never go out or touch grass. But like, that's weird because I never go out or touch grass. And I don't have the opinion of the people on Twitter. Granted, I did go out and I did touch grass before I became a VTuber. Okay. But I did have a life, a very nice life.
video, I made the terrible mistake of logging onto Twitter.
Yeah, called it. I didn't even have to watch the video, chat. I called it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I made the mistake of going on Twitter. Yeah, I make that mistake every day. And every day I feel myself getting closer to making a video ranting about stuff. And then I'm like, nope, don't feed the negative trolls. Nope. They thrive on the shit. I'm just I don't want to put Twitter onto my feed for the people that are subscribed to me. I want them to stay far away from that cesspool of a platform. Every day it's a struggle between wanting to talk about it and rage about it and keeping you guys safe. And also my sanity. Because I don't deep delve into those topics. I just scroll past them and see them, facepalm and move on. Shoe, to make the video generally, has to actually deep dive into it. Which mad respect, because Jesus Christ, it makes your blood boil.
Where I saw this post. A montage from the anime Josie, the Tiger, and the Fish. A movie about a college student who is assigned to take care of a paraplegic girl, and spoiler, eventually they fall in love. Many men were posting in the replies of this tweet and talking about how they wish to fall in love and would love a relationship like this. While many others, mostly women, were absolutely f***ing disgusted at this. Why would a bunch of men be fantasizing about being with a woman in a wheelchair? Seems pretty creepy and predatory, right?
Jesus Christ, man. I love the fact that the men are able to look past the wheelchair and look at the feeling of love and longing and belonging and having someone to share moments with. And the women are like, a fucking wheelchair, you fetishizing perverts. The point isn't the wheelchair, ladies. The point is the feelings. Like the oh, ducky, heart goes boom boom,
Also just unrealistic and problematic. Well, in this video, we are going to be talking about why so many men resonated to that clip and this movie, and why so many people are so confused.
It was a good movie.
Why. We are also going to be reading some absolutely unhinged tweets, as usual, to get to the bottom of why such a wholesome post turned into, once again, another battlefront for the ongoing, never-ending gender war. Men versus women, women versus men, the male loneliness epidemic, the female loneliness epidemic.
I can't wait for the Shoe0nHead video over the fact that we got called grifters for wishing men a good month, a mental awareness month for June. Because that happened as well. I really can't wait.
The dealing with dating apps. Do men prefer thin women or curvy women? Brunettes or blondes? Do women like dad bods or fit men? Do they like beards or
You might be
shaven?
watching it, oh my god.
That reminds me. Let's quickly get into today's sponsor,
Wouldn't surprise
Henson
me.
Shaving. You ever just accept that some products are just garbage? Like for years I thought ripping your tights on the first wear was just a part of being a human woman. We
It
just
was?
accepted that. That's just how it is, sweetie. But that shouldn't be how it is. It's
I never
a bad
accepted that.
design. And that's why I like Henson Shaving. Because if you've ever used a multi-blade razor, you're probably sick of the irritation, the razor burn, the overpriced blades, and you probably think, that's just
You
the way
found out
it
about
is.
that one
But
earlier.
It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
how it is. Thanks to Henson Shaving.
It was
Henson
really
Shaving
shitty.
is on a mission to improve shaving, with no gimmicky subscriptions or moisturizing strips, but with real innovation and a focus on your skin's health. What really sets Henson apart is
by
their
the way,
engineering, with their
if you want the
Henson
code,
AL13 safety
it's in the
razor
description
being
below.
manufactured
Click
in
on the
an
original
aerospace
video.
machine shop that built parts for the International Space Station. This precision allows the blade to extend just 1/1000th of an inch beyond the shave plane, less than the thickness of a human hair. The razor prevents any bouncing or skipping, resulting in an irritation-free shave every time.
I wonder if
And
I
here's the
should
best
try
part.
that for
Once you invest in a
Japan.
Henson razor, it's a lifetime purchase. The only thing you'll need to replace are the blades, which literally cost only 10 cents each.
'Cause I
So
can't
once you own
decide
the
what the heck
razor,
I'm
you'll
gonna
be
do,
spending like
champ.
$3 to $5
'Cause
on
I
blades,
wax.
compared to the ongoing cost
But
of
I'm
buying
going
expensive
away for
plastic
1.5
cartridges.
months.
Henson's store offers a variety of colors and even a titanium version, so
The
you
heck
can
am I
pick the
gonna do in
razor that best
Japan?
fits your style. So if you're tired of razor burn and overpaying for blades, now is the perfect time to make the switch. Just head over to hensonshaving.com/shoe and add both a Henson razor and the 100 blades to your car, and then enter code SHOE at checkout to get the 100 blades for free with your purchase. Your skin, your wallet, and your environment will thank you. Big thanks to Henson Razor for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. You didn't skip the ad, right? Now, let's get back to the video.
You've seen the movie
Now,
only
I am
once.
not an
I've watched the anime movie and it was really great. Like, I really enjoyed it. It's very sad. It was very sad. I think I also cried once during it.
Anime connoisseur. In fact, I basically know nothing about anime. I am probably the most tourist of all the tourists.
No, you don't accuse us of being sexual pests. Although your wording on VTubers does sometimes, occasionally make you seem like we're there's something wrong with us. Occasionally. Just sometimes.
Yeah, hi. I have a question. Was the upskirt shot necessary in order to
Yes.
advance the plot?
Yep.
I watched Pokemon and Sailor Moon when I was a kid, and a few years ago I watched Beastars on Netflix. Legoshi, best boy. Not
I'm learning things about you, Shoe.
a furry, by the way. And honestly,
Sure.
that's about it for my anime consumption. Unless you're counting VTubers. If you're counting VTubers, I watch a lot of anime. But
Sometimes I wonder if she ever watched one of my videos. I would be surprised.
because of this clip going viral, I watched Josie the Tiger and the Fish, and, well, I thought it was a good movie. I recommend watching it. I thought it was a really cute, good story. I only cried a little bit. I completely understood what the tweet meant by calling it the average male fantasy. So, what was wrong with it? Why did this clip go so viral in such a negative way?
Because you use the word men. Like, I'm learning that when you use the word men in a tweet, you attract all the predatory birds. They go like, you know? And they get really angry at you for using that word. It's like, God forbid you do not hate men, as a woman especially. Like, if you say the word man and you're a woman, and you say the word man in a positive way, ooh.
Why were thousands of people angry at this post? Well, let us dilly-dally no longer and read some of these angry replies to get a better understanding of what the issue is, shall we? Wholesome male fantasy, and it's fetishizing a disabled girl for him to control. Oh no. Oh god. Why?
Because obviously the person that's in charge of the wheelchair is the person that's controlling. That's how it works, right? They're so five-head about it.
Always vulnerable, always happy, always needs you. Pretty perverted. Where are these fan fictions coming from? There were like hundreds of tweets just like this. Why did they see a cute montage of a happy couple, a man and a woman happy, together? I know, unheard of. Why did they see that and then immediately come to these conclusions? Like, as someone who actually watched the movie, Josie is not always happy. And she's absolutely not portrayed as some, like, vulnerable, ooh-woo, sex doll waifu.
Like, spoiler alert, just so you mute for like 5 seconds, there's a scene where she's literally dragging herself off to do stuff. Okay, end of spoiler. Like, she freaking does stuff on her own!
She's boisterous, she kind of has a foul mouth, she's very sassy and headstrong, she like straight up calls him her servant, but she was also very depressed. She basically never left her house, she was basically a girl failure. As a former girl failure, I love to see representation in media. But they actually show her disability, like, not in a good way. Like, they don't romanticize it, they don't sugarcoat it. And I noticed, unlike a lot of movies, unlike a lot of romance movies, at least like the Hallmark kind, where it's like the stuffy male lead learning to live life from the quirky, cute female lead, he's already got his shit together. And she learns to live life from him. He encourages her to live her dreams. And in return, he learns to live life in a completely different way. And I thought that was really cool and sweet.
Yeah, like, the movie itself had a lot of good points in it, and it had a normal relationship portrayed. Like, people focus so hard on the disability, but like, she's so much more than her disability. Which begs the question of like, do these people commenting think that if you have a disability, that's all you are. You gotta identify as your disability. It's like, bro, take your label, shove it up your ass, and I don't know. Go away. It's like, it's things are more complex than just throwing a label on someone and calling it that.
Also, the animation was really good. Is anime good? Have I been sleeping on anime
You
this
have been.
entire time? His
Yep.
fantasy is that
Like, so many good animes have like good morals and good animation and good like cute moments and like good stories. Yeah.
she becomes permanently disabled and helplessly dependent on him, but can still make him a sandwich. Sounds about right.
What the fuck? Where does this even come from?
Oh my god, after watching the movie, these tweets are even more insane. But
Yeah!
even putting the movie aside, just seeing that like cute montage out of context, where the fuck are they getting this? These are very clearly just two happy people. But because the caption was the average male fantasy, their mind immediately goes to the darkest, worst
I don't know how.
interpretation of this. The problem is these people can't see any humanity in men. They can't see any humanity in humanity in general. Average male fantasy equals girlfriend with no agency who's completely physically dependent on you and forced into blanket subservience and compliance. Sounds about right. You males are weird for fetishizing physically disabled women.
Wow. I feel like they're calling themselves out. I feel like they're talking in a mirror. Like, where does this even come from?
Average male fantasy is having a physically disabled girl that they can abuse however they want. Got it.
Abuse?
That guy. I'm gonna be that guy. The infantilization of the physically disabled here is a little, dare I say, ableist. The implication here that people
really
in
is.
wheelchairs cannot find love, and if they do, the person who loves them literally just loves them because they can't run away. Weird.
Just loves them because they can't run away. I love this pause screen. It's great. It's really weird. Like, holy shit. 10 levels of weird.
Weird. Average men can't even be nice to their healthy and normal girlfriend. What makes you think they'll be able to handle disabled person as
Projection much? Like, honestly though, projection much? Dude, even my ex who suddenly had a personality change 6 months in, he was super fucking nice to me for 6 months. Like, yeah. I don't know in what kind of fucked up relationships these people get into that they project so hard.
their lover? Whoa. Normal? What do you mean by normal? These people are just so ableist, chat. Can you believe it?
I love the fact that Shoe is calling them out on how they're phrasing things and just cherry picking words, because it's exactly what those Twitter people do in the first place. They just cherry pick a word and hard focus on it so much that they ignore the entire rest of the message. It's great. Yeah, the smug smile. Ooh, this might actually be. You know what? I'm gonna take this for the thumbnail. There we go.
Chat? Chat? I don't even live stream. Who's chat? I'm disabled.
Who's chat? Oh my god. She knows we're watching.
Blind. So I showed this to my boyfriend. He says, I love you because you're you, and you make my days happier. So what if I have to drive you places or help you with cooking and cleaning? I would have done that anyway. Disability has nothing to do with it. I love you. Ma'am, I don't know how to tell you this, but, your boyfriend is a rapist. Sorry you had to find out this way. You show this as fantasy because it's not true for the majority of men who participate in abuse of disabled people. No, the fantasy is the woman appreciates his efforts to make her happy. Stop lying and abusing women and the disabled. Your meds, schizo.
Maybe this one one should be the thumbnail. Fuck. You know what? I'll take a picture of this one too, and we'll do a thumbnail comparison and see which one people clicked on. And if you're watching this, let me know which one of the thumbnails you actually saw in the comments, okay? Oh my god, she's cooking!
You don't even know that f***ing guy. What do you mean stop abusing women and the disabled? Bitch, who are you? Also, the majority of men participate in abuse of disabled people. Are you okay? The majority of men
they're
are
not
not
okay.
abusers. That is a very, very small minority of men. The majority of men are men that just wake up, take a shit, get out of bed, take a shower, go to work, come home, and wait for GTA 6 to come out.
You forgot Fap One Out.
That is the majority of men. Men commit 95% of all rape, but okay. Barging into the romance section.
What the fuck? Damn, where did that one come from? Dude, I swear, like, these people, even if you had the worst relationship in your life, I can't comprehend how you go from that to thinking everyone's like that and you turn into the soured pickle. Sorry, Pickles, I didn't mean to insult you. Into the soured mess of a mass blob that is somewhat human of resemblance and spew hatred like this online. Like, I don't get it, man. I've had fucked up relationships. I've had bad shit happen to me. And yet, I don't blame men. Like, huh? Huh? Like, what the heck?
In a Barnes & Noble, like, attention everyone! Rape! Where is that coming from? So close, this is fetish content. Ah yes, the dirtiest, most taboo of all fetishes. A happy relationship. Honestly, in 2025, that might be true. Oh, you want a wife and kids? You sick fuck. But
yeah,
this is literally just a perverted fantasy, LMAO. You think it's a perverted fantasy because... How do I put this nicely?
Projecting.
Literally seeing a cute montage of a male and female character having fun together, being in love together, and being like, rape! He's
They're projecting so hard, man.
a rapist! This is a fetish! Are these people okay? Stop
Nope.
watching porn. Wait, this is a woman. Okay, stop reading Taken by the Werewolf Billionaire. Or whatever the fuck you read.
So true! This is so freaking true!
I swear to God, some of the shit women read would make the most depraved internet gooner blog.
Dude, a lot of women read about the most unhinged loss of control possible, where they're gagged and thrown into jail and treated horribly, and then they go and think that's how actually men behave in real life. I'm like, bro, calm down. Stop reading your smut. Or at least distinguish the fact that real life is not the same as whatever the heck you're reading. Like, I've seen some of the stuff that women write. Not even read, just write. And, like, not on Twitter, just, like, smut-wise. It's a very detailed. Yep, it's very detailed.
Blush. Or so I've been told. This is literally just a fetish. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna pretend there's nobody out there who's like, she can't run away, she has no legs. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend there's nobody out there who has
there probably are.
Disabled fetish, okay? I've been on the internet for 20 years. I've been on DeviantArt. I've seen shit you wouldn't believe. But the majority of people, probably most, if not all the people responding to this, do not have a cripple fetish, okay? In fact, her being in a wheelchair basically has nothing to do with it.
Nah, 2% is probably too generous. Like, just go to the porn category and see, like, what are the most visualized stuff. Like, don't, like, the hentai manga thingies have, like, amount of people that read it? Like, most places have, like, a counter of how many people watched or how many people read. or clicked on something. Ignoring like probably 10% of those clicks are curiosity or accidents, right? You'll get a pretty accurate representation of what people are into. Less than 2%. Like cripple fetish? I think it's pretty low. They do track stats, yeah. Like, they do track stats.
Much like how females coom over, like, vampires or, like I said before, the billionaire werewolf fantasy, this is just the average male fantasy distilled down to its most extreme. So what is the average male fantasy? The average male fantasy is the fantasy of both men and women alike. It is simply to love and to be loved. But more specifically, the male fantasy is to be a protector and a provider for those that they love. Put a pin in this because we are going to come back to this in a big way, trust me. The average male fantasy is being a globally known terrorist.
What the fuck? What is wrong with these people? It scares me so how some people view men. Bro, just because they play Counter-Strike doesn't mean that they want to be a real-life terrorist. Like, huh?
The average male fantasy is that a woman who isn't fat.
So? I feel like that's a self-report right there. It's like, oh, are you feeling insecure that someone rejects you based on your weight? Oh.
The average male fantasy is actually job security. You know what? These guys may have a point here. Pedophile alert. Men want to save.
Pedophile? What? How did we get there?
Old child wives? Average male fantasy is a disabled child? More proof that men are pedos. That's a little girl. This is weird. So, first of all, she's literally older than the guy. The guy is 22 and she is 24.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, I forgot the club of small tits means you're underage and you're a little girl. Yeah. You know. Also being short is being a child. Yep. Let me make this perfect. I made myself smaller. I made myself smaller. There we go. I'm a kid now all of a sudden. I swear, people are dumb.
In anime years, he is practically hag-maxing. And yes, he may be physically disabled, but aren't all men mentally disabled in their own special way? At least the ones in my audience.
Man, she just checkmated the heck out of Twitter.
They will freely admit this. Maybe she, the older woman, is taking advantage of this sensitive young man. Have you ever thought of that? She looks like an 11-year-old child. Where are her breasts?
See, chat? See? Like... yeah?
First of all, really weird way to say that. She looks like a child. Show me her titties. Also, I love how, like, when anime women have huge boobs, it's disgusting, Coomer porn brain or whatever. But if the anime woman has small boobs, she is a child and you're a Chimo. Can't fucking win.
You
also,
can't
if
win.
If she had big boobs, they'd absolutely be like, wow, look at this sexualization of the disabled. Also, you know, like, adult women can be flat-chested, right? Like,
No, you're not allowed. You literally are not allowed. Like, God forbid you have no boobs, or God forbid your boobs be small. You are a child. How dare you? How dare you not have big bahonkas?
Like, that actually exists in real life. Like, adult human women can have small boobs. We love all titties here on the Shoe0nHead channel. All titties is good titties. End of story. Women fantasy. A boyfriend with depth and the loving, soft, deeply caring side of them. Men's fantasy. 12-year-old anime girl who looks and speaks like a toddler.
Why does she speak like a what? She reads. She's educated. She speaks very well. Huh? Huh? Not to mention, she's 24!
Also notice how she's literally the shape and size of a child.
Oh
Yuck.
my god.
Have you people ever seen a child? No.
Nope.
You're all childless. Silly me. She's not even that short.
I don't even think they remember how they looked as a child. I don't think they look through their album. I don't think anyone took pictures of them as kids, because maybe then they'd fucking remember how kids look. I would say go in a park and look at kids, but, you know, that's just weird.
Just sitting. See, like when they're laying side by side, she's like a full-grown adult woman. Why do these people look at this and immediately think of child rape? Go to therapy. And
because they never held a woman in their arms like that. Especially a petite woman. Like, Jesus Christ, the amount of people that would be accused of being of being pedophiles if they held me in their arms like that. Because I am tiny. Well, I'm 162 centimeters, but like, I'm skinny. I'm like 44, 42 kilograms, around that. I'm super fucking skinny. I'm like tiny. I'm petite. And I look young. I still get ID'd every now and then. And it's just like, bro, if someone held me like that, or if I was next to a tall dude, they'd think I'm the kid, probably. But like, bro, what the heck?
listen, I know with anime it can get a little weird, right? Like, excuse me, Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan is.
It doesn't fucking matter how anime is. They're pixels on the fucking internet, man. Fucking age police over here going like, excuse me, are these pixels? They don't look mature enough.
2,000 years old, and this is Poo Poo Pee Pee Chan. But this does not even look like a child. This looks like a cute woman. This is like a random rant, but I feel like there are no more cute women nowadays. You know what I mean? You have all like the baddies, the e-thots, the e-girls, the muscle mommies, the boss babes, the boy babes. But I feel like every woman is just hot now. Which, by the way, I don't think is healthy for the male psyche whatsoever.
Dude, can't people just be normal? You know?
You shouldn't wake up and be able to scroll through pictures of like the
How much is that in freedom? Around 5'4".
hottest woman you've ever seen in your life like 20 times before you've had like your morning cup of coffee. You shouldn't log in and immediately be one-shotted by 1010s all day, as if that wouldn't make you go insane, as if that wouldn't make you crash out. Like back in the day, you'd probably see like one fine dame on your bus ride to work, and you'd think about her for 40 years until the day you die. That's how it used to be. That's how it should be. Now every woman is...
Honestly, it should be like that. It would be way nicer if people would stop having these impossible standards because they see super touched up pictures on Instagram and social media and they think that's how real life is. It still is in some parts, definitely.
It's like a crazy, hot, unobtainable Instagram goddess with the fattest of ass. Zoomers don't know how good we had it. You'd go to Blockbuster and the 21-year-old cashier behind the counter would be the most adorable woman you've ever seen. No Botox, no lip filler, just pure soul, full of joy and whimsy. And now women are full of hate and SSRIs. But they're hot. They're hotter than they've ever been. They're hotter and more depressed than they've ever been in history.
They'll ever be.
Sad. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, anime. I didn't take my Vyvanse today, could you tell? Men's fantasy. A big titty woman with the face of a 16-year-old that is useful for cooking, cleaning, and sex.
Wait. Now she has big tits? Wow.
Women's fantasy. Gets treated like a queen and a man who keeps tracks of our periods so he can take care of us. I think I speak for a lot of women here.
Yeah, most people don't want their period to be tracked by randoms, but you got in trouble on Twitter for that as well. But they do like it when their anime game keeps track of it, their anime husbando keeps track of it, which is weird.
Here, when I say our fantasies do not, in fact,
involve our period?
Men tracking our periods. Personally, if my husband was like, honey, just a reminder, you're in your luteal phase, I'm taking the kids.
Dude, even I don't want to track my own period. That's why I have a fucking tracker. I'm like, oh, yeah. That I never check.
They want this, and then they beat their wife when dinner isn't ready, or their son when he's misbehaving. First of all, I'm sorry that happened to you. But there are in fact good men out there. I've seen them. Some may be in this very audience.
She should have added the crickets over that.
I couldn't keep a straight face. This is the Shoe0nHead audience. You're all gremlins.
Hey, are you guys, to those watching in the YouTube section, are you gremlins? Are you gremlins?
Equals a woman that can't run away from him. A woman that's dependent on him. Interesting. When men are involved, it's basic survival instinct to assume the worst. Men are guilty until they prove themselves innocent.
No, men are innocent until proven guilty. It doesn't not change just because their gender is male, and they have a penis between their legs. Sorry.
You know what? I take my opinions back on free speech. I changed my mind. No more free speech. No more free speech until you bitches learn to behave. A woman's fantasy is a man who won't rape her, and a man's fantasy is raping a woman.
What? What? Wait. What? Are we? What? I feel like that person really needs therapy.
I'm sorry, where is the rape, ma'am? Maybe that's how you see it, because you're brainwashed to hate men. So true. I hate how— But in reality, women are the real demons here. Oh, god damn it. We just want a happy relationship. Is it so much to ask for? Yes. Yes, it is.
Happy in 2025.
Oh look, more misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic gooner men. This is why 70% of anime is garbage.
Has a blue check mark. Checks out.
So here's the thing, that misogynistic gooner fantasy slop written by misogynistic gooner men was actually written by Saiko Tanabe, a woman. A woman wrote this story. And I feel like a very important detail everyone—
I mean, why would they fact check when they can just write that, make a couple of bucks off that stupid tweet, because who fact checks or checks anything in 2025 when they can just get random likes and farm engagement? That's way more productive than actually fact checking what they write, making sure that it's correct, perhaps redacting their opinion and statement and apologizing for being shitty. Yeah.
Everyone is sleeping on when they covered this was the fact that this is very much the female fantasy as well. A man loving you for who you are despite your flaws, literally sweeping you off your feet and carrying you around on adventures, helping you live out your dreams, face your fears, and supporting you through the good and bad times. You're going to sit here and tell me that's not the female fantasy too?
Well, duh, it's all about being the girl boss nowadays. Shoo, you're showing your age here. No, how dare you want to be supported by a man, to be loved, cared for, and, you know, taken care of, and having a partner in your life, someone to do things with and be happy and share those joyful moments, when you could instead, you know, climb the corporate ladder and be a girl boss and have your own business and be miserable. Sheesh!
Is this not the basic female fantasy? Is this not the knight in shining armor coming to rescue you and falling in love with you? Why on earth are so many women so mad at this? Are men now the hopeless romantics? Are men now the ones yearning for a fairy tale romance?
Honestly, she might be onto something. She might have a point there. But they're not allowed to be the hopeless romantics. They have to be closeted hopeless romantics. They can't even express wanting love. But I think she's onto something, chat.
Is this why all the Disney remakes are like, she's not gonna be saved by the prince, she's a strong, independent woman? Meanwhile, men still want to be the prince, men still want to be the knight in shining armor. Men are like, I will save you from your monotonous 9-to-5 job. I will give you a house and babies. And women are like, no, I must be an actuarial consultant. Be gone, vile misogynist. Is that what is occurring here?
Oh, that's actually very funny. That's a very funny one. You feel like this video is just hate? Why do you feel like it's hate? It's mostly satirical / comedy at the state of Twitter and how some people are. That's pretty accurate representation for some, like, the Twitter mob is.
Also, that aside, there literally is a gender-swapped version of this story called Perfect World. It is a manga? Mango? Oh, no, do not come
Watch the man go. I'll see myself out for that one.
for me, weebs. Men will statistically leave their wives and partners the moment they find out they're disabled or have a life-threatening condition. You're right, it is a fantasy. Actually, that study was debunked by the authors themselves, who admitted they did the math wrong. It's actually not much higher, but then again, even if it was, and it happens, I've seen it happen to people, it's terrible. Marriage should be through sickness and through health, but that's not really the point here.
Yeah, those are usually the vows that people so easily throw out because they don't value things anymore.
And the fact that so many people are focusing on the wheelchair part of this just proves that they just don't get it. The ones of pure mind.
Like, honestly, like this little line here explains what the video is about. The people that are focusing on disability and putting a label on it instead of just focusing on the fucking feelings of it. Like, it's simple. It's a story about love, about two people freaking being there for each other and sharing in the moment.
Mind and pure soul get it. But these fucking semen demons out here, they don't get it. But not all semen demons. The amount of people in comments who just don't get that men want a cute, loving girlfriend is beyond me. They call them creeps for wanting actual love and not a girl boss who only wants your money.
Oh god. Oh god, poor Scoochon. Probably got wrecked over that.
Ah, thank you, a sane person. Hopefully the replies aren't full of people calling her a pick-me. Pick-me alert, least obvious pick-me. Me, pick me please. Hope he picks you, sis. Pick me, pick me, pick me. An incel could have written this.
Damn, I need to learn to do more pick-me stuff on Twitter. Really good engagement, man. Shit. If this is being a pick-me, oof. I feel like my definition of pick-me is way too advanced for 2025.
Fuck. Why are so many VTubers either pick-me's or racist?
Don't forget the both section. I did tell you, chat, like, I literally told you, I made a post about being also for, like, Men's Mental Awareness Month, right? Since 1994. A lot of people don't even know this. It's been a thing for so many years, more than some of you have been born. And there was this one person that literally was like, oh, this is grifting. I'm like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? Who's spit in your cereal?
You mean why do so many female VTubers disagree with you? Why so many aren't towing the mainstream liberal feminist NPC line? Because they can. See, the most powerful weapon women have against other women is social ostracization. You don't want to be seen as a pick-me or a racist, so you keep your mouth shut in order to survive in female social circles.
That is very true. I've never been very good at that. As a person that is very outspoken and honest, I will fucking call it out even if it makes me an enemy. Because, yeah. I used to not, like, do a lot of things. Like, I used to not be vocal about things because that I think are normal. Because, how should I explain it? How should I put it? To me, this is my reality. This is what I live through, and this is what's normal, right? Like, to me, people hating on men is insane. My role model being my dad, right? He's the person I look up to. I don't look up to random freaking celebrity. No, I look up to my dad. Like, he is my role model. And seeing so much hatred for men and like, what? It was so confusing and so weird and so alien that I look at it and I'm like, wow, maybe we should speak more about what we think is normal. Because apparently the crazies go cuckoo insane over it. Like, I don't get it. Like, people generally, like, I don't know, centered people, I don't even know what to call it. They go on about their life, and it's like, they don't engage in shit like this. It's only the extremes that tend to engage in this. Oh, it wasn't on my post, Kirian. Funnily enough, on my Twitter post, every comment was nice. That I saw, at least. It was on someone else's post that I saw them being called a grifter. And they're called assholes normies. Yeah, for the most part, I think, like, I hit the right audience with my tweet. At the very least.
But in the cases of VTubers, virtual YouTubers, they're basically anonymous. They can say anything they want. They're basically wearing a mask.
I mean, I've only been a VTuber for a bit, so, like, my face is out there, but yeah, there is also power in the fact that you can literally say whatever the heck you want as a VTuber. Which is a double-edged sword, I would say. Sometimes you will have people that are spewing a lot of hatred, and then you'll have people that are, like, normal.
They're free from the chains of the eternal HR longhouse. But apparently, even being anonymous online does not save them, because they still get doxxed for simply not hating men. Lovely. Maybe I should save this rant for a different video someday. Moving on. Men are why we can't have nice things, by the way. First of all, men make all the things. Thank you.
I like how she's getting an award for her pick me.
Thank you. Thank you. Also, I just realized it was a man saying that. It was a whole-ass man saying men are why we can't have nice things. I don't deserve this trophy. This is for you, sir. This is for you. I'm not worthy. Listen, I make women jokes. I'm very critical of feminism and propaganda aimed at women. But you will never catch me in a million years saying some shit like women are why we can't have nice things. I have a mom. I have female family members. I have female friends. Maybe one day I'll have a daughter. Women.
And also the fact that, you know, you're capable of using your brain and realizing that an entire demographic is too diverse to be able to, like, just use the word women or men to describe them. And, you know, people will be like, but we know it's not all men, Paws, and not all women. Well, how about you start, you know, actually writing properly, and then
women make the world a beautiful place, and like men, can be flawed and deserve criticism, like anyone else. But there's something genuinely so cucked about people who put down their own gender or race. Oh god, race. Self-hating white people. Don't get me started on self-hating white people.
Yeah, don't get me started on that one too. It's so fucking dumb. I hate labels, man. Like, coming, like, it's so weird to me because I grew up in a country where we don't have labels like that. So it's seeing people put labels like that is very weird and very cringe.
White people are so evil. I hate being white. White people can't dance. White people food is so gross.
Yeah, I look at that and I'm like, wow, cool. Nice. It's so weird reading all of those.
You're not getting into Wakanda, bro. You're not getting invited to the cookout. Enough. But yeah, women were not the only ones who had a problem with this. There were
Should we call that a pick me? No. I just called them the Lulu.
a lot of men who didn't quite relate to this being the average male fantasy. It's fine to love the disabled. I didn't need to remind you that. But to glorify it? This anime is certainly Marxist propaganda. The movie is about him taking a job as her caretaker, and when he learns of her dreams, he makes it his mission to help her dreams come true. So it is Marxist propaganda to help a disabled person pursue their dreams? Yeah, it's woven in. Empathy is the target of propaganda.
What? I feel like I got brain damage from this.
Marxism is when girl in wheelchair. I love this. Empathy is the target of propaganda. Every piece of media that makes you feel empathy is communism. Political brain rot. If you're at the point where you see this and you're thinking of communism, you need to log off. You are unwell. I'm sorry, but when I reproduce,
As someone that comes from a fucking communist country. never actually had relatives living in the communist times or actually know firsthand anything. Jesus Christ. It's former communist now, Helgor. Yes.
I don't want a high probability of my offspring being mentally or physically retarded. We need a better class of incels whose bar is higher than the retarded. She's not-
They live in America. That is true. They still think socialism is communism over there. That is true.
Not retarded, she has a spinal injury that's not genetic. Also, what is this LARP? I love how everyone is just kind of having like a normal conversation about this clip, and this guy just comes out of nowhere like, I would never put my pure white seed in such a vile creature. Like, you absolutely know this guy has a non-white girlfriend. They all do, all these like, I hate white people women always have white boyfriends. All these, I hate non-white people boys always have non-white girlfriends. I don't know what it is, but I've seen it too many times. I guarantee you when this man logs
Funnily enough, that's the actual fetishizing. But hey,
off of
what
his
do I know?
Black Sun Roman statue Twitter account, he's clapping Latina booty cheeks. My fantasy is not being a simp, but okay. Fellas, is it simping to love a woman? Nah, this is not the male fantasy. That man is a beta male. If she wasn't in a wheelchair, she would leave him for Chad. Fellas,
Wow.
is it beta to love a woman? This is not my fantasy.
It really
This
is.
some gay shit, to be honest. Fellas, is it gay to love a woman? What?
It is very gay to love a woman. How dare you? How dare you?
What no pussy does to a motherfucker. Brother, I've seen what pussy does to a motherfucker, and it's far worse. The average male fantasy is taking care of their crippled wife. I don't think I've ever had that fantasy before. I thought it was gonna be about going on some quest to kill the dragon to win the princess or something. It is. That is the average male fantasy. But there are no dragons to slay. There are no princesses to save. But there is that little old lady in the grocery store who can't quite reach that top shelf. There's that heavy box the pretty girl you work with can't quite lift herself. There's that jar of tomato sauce your wife can't quite open. There's that Lego set your little son can't quite put together himself. Or there is this paraplegic girl who wants to see the ocean. This is the princess and the dragon story. And despite what many are told, men do have a lot of love to give. And they want some kind of excuse or mechanism to show that love. In a world where men expressing themselves is either seen as toxic or gay. And one way of
Apparently.
expressing that love is solving problems. Men fucking love solving problems. I don't know what it is. They also love reading Wikipedia articles. The amount of times I walked over and my husband is reading a random fucking Wikipedia article about
Or thinking about the Roman Empire.
like the world's tallest buildings or like a random battle in World War II. I didn't know if this was autism or what, but apparently it's a man thing. Anyway, yes, men love solving problems. And in a world that makes them feel useless, makes them feel like they have no purpose, men desperately feel like they need to prove their worth.
Yeah. I actually can confirm that, and I'm not a man. But like the amount of projects that my dad, my uncle, my granddad that they had, they were like, I have a project for the house to do something. Keep busy. Have hobby. And it's like, as soon as I'm like, hey, I need help with this, on my way. Yeah.
They are desperately looking for a purpose in life. So it is not at all shocking to me that the modern young man is seeing a clip like this and longing for this. A lot of modern men—
Dude, you don't even have to be a guy to long for that. Like, Shoe said it herself. It's just really nice. It's just picking a couple. Doing couple things.
don't have a chance to prove themselves, to make something of their lives. They don't have a chance to provide anything for anyone because they don't have anything to provide and they don't have anyone. They are doing everything their grandfathers did, but seeing none of the results. They're lost. What can they provide? And as I said earlier, her being in a wheelchair is the protector and provider instinct taken to a extreme. And yes, it is a fantasy, considering if you ask anyone who's actually in a wheelchair, they know it's not all butterflies and rainbows, and they know that it's hard on relationships. It can be difficult on their partner. But just like in the movie, it's not shown as butterflies and rainbows. Josie feels like a burden. But towards the end of the movie, the guy takes on that burden. not because he gets something in return, but because it's his duty. Because it makes her happy, which makes him happy in return. Loyalty, duty, virtue, acts of service, big or small, men live for that shit. And yes, these are stereotypes, not everyone fits into these boxes, blah 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 blah, but for the most part, it's true. When
it's crazy that you even have to mention, like, hey, this might not be for you, but it is for someone out there. Like, it doesn't have to be creepy, it doesn't have to be weird, it's just some people really long for that. And the movie literally shows so much of, like, what it's like, the struggles, the bad, the inability to do things, frustration, sadness. Like, it shows a huge range of emotions over the duration of it.
many men look
It's
at
really
this
well
relationship,
made.
that is what they see. And a lot of modern women are looking at this relationship and being disgusted because, in a way, it's the complete inverse of the strong, independent woman they've been sold. They've been told they need to be. The modern woman crafted by modern Disney for modern audiences. Unlike the Hollywood-crafted modern woman, this woman does need her man. She is not strong and she's not independent, at least physically. This doesn't mean she's like an empty vessel with no thoughts or freedom. No, in fact, in the movie, Josie does roll away from him a few times. It is a fantasy not because of a power imbalance, but because the man has a tangible purpose, and the woman is willingly and lovingly letting him fulfill that purpose.
Because I can depend on you. I know that if I ever feel frightened, I can just reach out to you.
This is so
Men
weird.
simply want
Listening to this in English, I'm like, whiplash, man. But yeah, it's like knowing you can depend on someone is such a nice feeling. And it's like something that everyone wants. Someone to depend on, or someone to depend on you for something, right? Like, depending on, like, perspective. But it's like, what's so wrong about that?
want something good to die for, to make it beautiful to live. This manifests in a lot of ways, but the most common is having a loving partner and or a family. Something unobtainable to many people nowadays. So yes, literally one of the most normal things ever is becoming a fantasy. Sad. Also, men will deny this, but they absolutely have a biological clock. It may not hit in your teens or your 20s, but one day you're going to have a dream. You have a little daughter making you pancakes with your wife in the morning, and you're not going to be able to get it out of your head. And that is the male biological clock. Everything you do, the money you make working that grating 9-to-5 job, it will all be for something bigger and more important than yourself one day. You will come home to a warm and happy home, greeted by people who care about you, and love you, and rely on you, and everything will make sense then. Until then, you'll just be on the internet, being called a misogynist, for wanting something bigger and more important than yourself. For
No, you'll still be called one even if you have that.
wanting something beautiful and normal. And that is the average male fantasy.
Oof.
And 3 hot chicks at once. Hell yeah, brother! You know what I'm saying? So that was that little video. Men in the comments, let me know. Am I correct? Is that the average male fantasy? Or is it not that deep? Men and women in the comments, what is your fantasy? And no, I don't mean that. I don't want to hear about how you want to be crushed by a 12-foot futa. That is between you and God, not you and Shoe0nHead. I mean,
all that plays in my brain right now is that stupid sound alert. Crush me, mommy! In between your thighs! But yeah, funnily enough, when people ask you what your fantasy is, they don't actually refer to your fucking sexual fantasy or preference. No one wants to know that. Keep that in your pants, in your bedroom.
What is your ultimate dream? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want a nice big family one day? Do you want to own a farm? Do you want to live in a shed in the woods and make pipe bombs? Let me know in the comments and I will see you soon with a new video.
You know what's weird? When I think about, like, my quote-unquote fantasy, I don't really have one. I just want to be content with my life. I feel like it's one of those, like, I don't know. I don't really have a grand aspiration for something that I want, because, like, I'm already happy. I just want to keep being healthy and happy and living my life and smiling and having cool videos and, you know. Maybe it's because, like, I can already go to my parents' place and I have, like, a nice garden and we have an orchard and I can just unwind and cut out the internet and the noise and just be there with family. So maybe I am living my fantasy life already. But yeah, if you managed to watch until the very end, thank you very much, YouTube, for being here. I appreciate you. And as always, if you like the original video and you want to go and support Shrew as well, it's in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Like, comment, and subscribe because it helps the algorithm. Ba, 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 da, ba.